Hello there, Palador here playing some more Overwatch. This time we are attacking on Temple of Anubis, and I'm playing as Hanzo. As it turns out, I tend to have a lot of good games on this map, so here is another one. Now, this time around, I am just doing audio-only commentary, given that this is pre-recorded, instead of using a facecam or anything. I'm thinking I'll save facecam for actual live commentary and, live reactions if it's more appropriate in that kind of setting. So, I don't know. Let me know. I'm open to input and suggestions, so drop me a line anytime and, give me some feedback. I greatly appreciate that. So right off the bat here, we are going over the wall. This ends up being a quick first death, and actually a pretty humorous first death. If you see this Widowmaker's kill cam, she was basically playing Duck Hunt, seeing our entire friendly team practically jump over these walls, giving her open range and just shoot at anything that pops up. And I was the unfortunate victim of that. I do see our friendly team is pushed up a little bit more, so I'm confident that the Widow is at least pushed back more, so I can climb over the wall without repercussion. I see this Roadhog here, so I quickly get out of dodge. You gotta always anticipate a Roadhog hook incoming, especially if you're a squishy player with a low health pool. Roadhog loves to go after you, and being that his hook is only on a 6-second cooldown, you're very liable to get hooked, as our Junkrat did there, and get melted down before you know it. So be sure to be side strafing or getting behind walls and just trying to mitigate Roadhog's ability, or at least make it more difficult for him to get off an easy hook on you. Now, as always, pretty much off of cooldown, you'll see me using my Sonic Arrow anytime I can. I see this Widowmaker up here along with our friendly Genji, so I just send a Sonic Arrow to give him vision just in case the Widowmaker gets out of his field of view. I want to make sure that he's able to secure that kill because getting that Widowmaker down is pretty important, and he does a good job of that. Now I send a Scatter Arrow straight at that soldier's feet. He was standing still, so it was a pretty easy shot, just sending it straight at his feet and eliminating him. Waiting for this Tracer to come out, I get a quick headshot on her, but she is smartly able to rewind and negate all the damage I just did, reversing it. And if you might notice there, that Scatter Arrow I sent at that Tracer actually hit the little bump in the floor, which sent my arrows in all kinds of different directions. It's something that's important to note as Hanzo, with that there's even the slightest little bump on the floor, it'll send your arrows in unexpected directions, denying you damage and the kill. So always be mindful of where you aim at. So I did die again. Apparently the game thinks I've done something though, because I'm on fire, so I guess I'm doing okay, but we're just following our friendly team now, off of cooldown, as I'm saying, just using my Sonic Arrow to give us vision. It's just as strong as a Widowmaker ult, or at least almost as strong in my opinion. It's only on a 20-second cooldown, it lasts for 10 seconds, and being how choke point heavy that this game is, you can get vision on a ton of enemies just by sending a Sonic Arrow in the general direction of a choke point or a capture point. We see our Reinhardt there blocking the soldier's ult, and he has to get out of dodge quickly with his sprint, but we're able to dispatch of him with a arrow to the back of the skull. Now I sent a Sonic Arrow that way because I see my team charging in, so I want to give them as much vision as possible. However, that McCree is able to flank and destroy our soldier before I headshotted him. Using the remaining vision I had, I sent a Dragon, my ult, out towards the control point to try and do some damage and get some zoning in. Able to deal with that Roadhog with just a little bit of health left. Now I see this Hanzo coming as well as me, so I send in a Sonic Arrow to get vision. I get a Scatter Arrow on him, just throwing him off with that verticality, and right before the Zarya is able to finish me off. But that's something that I learned a lot from watching people like Seagull and Kudochop especially, who is a very good Hanzo player who streams on Twitch, is that he knows how to play aggressive and how to use his verticality and his wall climb to his advantage. It's a very good tool to use for any of the characters in the game, really, any of the offensive characters, whether you're Hanzo or you're Genji, Reaper. I find that enemies, they don't look up nearly often enough. I mean, even I don't look up often enough. So if you're diligent about using your wall climb to your advantage and just getting that vertical advantage on people, you can really take enemies off guard and get in a few extra shots and kills that you potentially would not have gotten otherwise. So you'll see me oftentimes just using it whenever I can to get that extra little advantage on in a fight. So we saw there a second ago that Mei actually saved me from the Roadhog's hook thanks to her wall, so we gotta thank her for that. Some of our team has died, so I'm just hanging back with my tank here, my Reinhardt, and shooting through his shield, through his fat body, and just trying to get some kills off in the meantime. Unfortunately, this Roadhog did flank us and dispatch of our Reinhardt, so that's not too good. I probably should have backed up, but I didn't, so I paid for it with this enemy Mei who came and flanked me, got me down with already low health, so she was able to make some pretty quick work. So I probably should have backed up at that point.
I will not be defeated so easily.
So once more, off of a cooldown, off of spawn, just going to queue up my Sonic Arrow with my shift ability and send it straight down. Not even aiming at anything in particular, but just trying to get some vision on the point and see what the enemy's up to. I do find sometimes it is pretty handy to nail a Sonic Arrow to an enemy tank, just because their hitboxes are so big, and being that they're tanks often stay near their team and near the front line of their team. So for instance, if I shoot off a Sonic Arrow and stick it to a Roadhog or a Reinhardt especially, it'll often give you great vision on their entire team because he's always hanging right in front of them. So it really depends, but well-placed Sonic Arrow just at a point is just as effective too. That time I did manage to hit the Roadhog with a Sonic Arrow. It doesn't seem like his team is actually hanging around him too much. I see this Mei who I kind of want some revenge on, so I get up onto this wall where I at least have a bit of a vantage point, and I just barely missed killing her. She had only a sliver of health left, so I'm a bit disappointed in that. I end up sending out a Sonic Arrow to get vision on her, and I don't see her, so I think I'm safe. So I come around here, trying to get this kill on this Hanzo, and then what do you know? This Mei comes around, surprises me out of nowhere, freezes me, headshots me, and makes me cry a little bit. So another misplay on my part. I'm just being a little bit too aggressive and just not positioning myself smartly. I do like playing aggressively as Hanzo, but it's predicated on having a tank and other offensive heroes also pushing alongside you or down the middle, you know, distracting from the enemy. Now that Mei got herself way out of position trying to chase down our teammate there, so I was able to headshot her and save our soldier. And now just kind of getting around here, trying to get a good angle with a Sonic Arrow as soon as it's up anyways. I see most of the team is there, so I'm not too fearful of my positioning at the moment. But now the Roadhog ulted, and I'm just backing up after taking care of their Hanzo to try and do some damage and poke damage at this Roadhog. Roadhog is able to heal the majority of his hit points up though, like 400 hit points every 8 seconds or so, so unless you can really get finishing shots off on Roadhog, it's not always a great idea to just target him exclusively unless you know you're about to get the kill. But nonetheless, you can see I got some vision again with my Sonic Arrow, so I was able to send an ult in, do a little bit of damage, get a kill on the Zenyatta with my scatter shot once more, and I'm just using my verticality once more to dodge that Zarya, make it hard for her to aim her gun and get out of dodge. But sadly for me, she did use her right click ability, which does splash damage, and was barely able to finish my health off before I was able to make my grand escape. So I almost got away with it, but even then you could see just by wall climbing constantly, it really throws off people's aim and their orientation, just because of the fact that you're getting out of their field of view and you're making them look all around, and you know, even if you're not doing damage while you're doing that, you're still causing enemies to look up, which opens things up for your teammates to kind of get in and get the kill also. So it's multifaceted, has different uses certainly. At the moment, I'm just sending more arrows down this choke point, down towards the control point. Not even aiming too much, honestly, because there's so many people down there. It's not really that necessary. Just aim in the general direction, and you'll hit something. That's the Team Fortress 2. That's a Luxman philosophy there at work, but it does work. The arrows have a pretty generous hitbox, so you know, sometimes you just send it in a general direction, and you'll still find success. Now, of course, I'm coming back here to this spot. This is, you know, my favorite spot to launch off my ults after getting Sonic Arrow vision. You can see there I use it to great effectiveness, getting the quick set of kills against the enemy team, pretty much wiping almost their entire team here. Able to get a great push. However, this Zarya is able to get her ult off. I'm able to finish her off, and I'm just kind of frozen in time for a moment. But we're able to get a great push in with that play and finish off the game for the win. The Zenyatta pops his ult, but it is far too late. So pretty good game, pretty effective game, I would say. Made some mistakes here and there, but as you can see, I just like using that aggressive positioning and using my Sonic Arrow along with the ult to my advantage. It can deal a lot of damage to unexpected enemies and, you know, secure your victory like it did for us. So that was the game. Thank you for watching. I hope it was informative and entertaining, or all of the above. If you liked it, let me know. Give me a comment, a subscribe, share, anything. I definitely appreciate any and all input. So that was the game. There are my stats. 4 gold medals actually, and 36% accuracy. Not too bad. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time.